Hi, my name is Kathy Day. I'm from Montana. Most of my life I have lived in one of Montana's largest cities, Missoula. For the last 32 years, I have been a preschool teacher. For 20 of those, I have been a lead preschool teacher in a large center. Last year, I decided to move from the big city to the small town. I was lucky enough to be offered the position of pre-K teacher at the local public school. The only problem is that I don't have a degree. So I was hired under a waiver program that allows me to work as long as I'm working on my degree. And that's how I ended up at GCU taking these courses. The purpose of this video is to discuss some of the dispositions that I'm good at and those that I need to work on. I have been a successful preschool teacher for a long time, but I'm not perfect. And I understand that I need to improve upon myself and look at what I can do to achieve that. What dispositions do I possess that I think will make me a successful teacher? I think I have many dispositions that I'm good at, but curiosity is one that I am very good at. I am a very curious person. I want to constantly be learning new things and to find the answers to questions. If a child has a question that I can't answer, we'll sit down and find the answers because I'm that curious. And it encourages me to further my education and become a better teacher. The other two dispositions that I think make me a successful teacher are fairness and compassion. I have never signaled out a child as a favorite or pushed one aside that I may not be able to relate to as much. All children in my classroom are given a chance to participate, and I try my best to give them equal time and make sure they are treated fairly. Finally, compassion. I care immensely for my students. I want them to know they can count on me. For example, I currently have a student who is going through a hard time. He's comfortable enough to talk to me about what's happening in his life. He knows that I am always there if he needs a hug or encouraging words. And I think that shows how compassionate I am because he knows he can rely on me. What dispositions do I need to work on before I enter the classroom as a first-year teacher? This was a little hard to answer because I've been a teacher a long time, so technically I won't be a first-year teacher. With that being said, my current job is the first time I've worked in a public school, which is a lot different than working in a private childcare center. I think one disposition I need to work on is reflection. One aspect of reflection is self-assessment. I need to work on this because the way that I am required to teach now is different than I've taught throughout my career. I need to improve my teaching so that I can meet the standards set by the school district. So I need to reflect and assess on how well I'm doing that constantly. I guess another disposition I need to work on is high expectations. In a public school, the goals for the students are more academic than I'm used to. I need to work on helping my students reach those goals by setting reasonable expectations. Finally, professional conduct. I have always tried to conduct myself in a very professional way. One way I try to do that is to never speak about my students in public. But I sometimes fail at that, and when I do, I never say a name or anything that would help identify the child. Now that I live in a small town where everyone knows everyone else and they're related to each other, it would be very simple for someone to figure out who I was talking about. So I need to be as professional as I can and never talk about my students in public, especially since I only have 6. Most people will figure it out. What qualities should a professional educator display? I think some of the main qualities need to be a professional educator. To be a professional educator are being dedicated, willing to continue their education, and put in the extra time. Show up on time and be prepared. A professional educator should be honest and able to admit their mistakes and do what they need to correct them. They should know and understand and follow the rules and regulations pertaining to where they work, as well as at the state level. Most of all, a professional educator is willing to put the needs of their students first. They must be caring and understanding of all their students. Thank you.